Welcome back to Miniature Game Montage and our second Warhammer 40k Kill Team Battle Report. In the ruins of a manufactorum, the Dark Angels will clash with the Necrons. The Necrons won their first match against the Grey Knights and are 1-0 on the channel, and this will be the first game for the Dark Angels, as it will be for many of the factions you see initially. I will say that we are still learning this game. It is our second game, and we're going to get several things wrong, but if you have any corrections or anything we can improve on, please leave that in the comments below. Just know that this is not going to be a pure perfect game. The Necrons will bring a similar list to last time from the Nihilak Dynasty, which I'm pretty sure I forget that keyword throughout the entire report. They have an Immortal Leader with a Gauss Blaster. Specialists include an Immortal Zealot with a Gauss Blaster. I know that they're not meant for close combat, but we still have some items to paint. A Necron Warrior with Comms and a Gauss Flayer. Non-specialists include 2 Immortals with Gauss Blaster and 2 Warriors with Gauss Flayers. The Dark Angels will be bringing a list of Intercessors today. A Sergeant will lead with his Bolt Rifle and Chain Sword. Specialists include an Intercessor with Comms and an Intercessor Sniper. Non-specialists include 3 additional Intercessors with Bolt Rifles, and one of those has Auspex, which I'm pretty sure I forget about as well. Since we are still learning, and this is our second game, again, if you have any corrections for us, please leave them down in the comments below. The scenario today will be Recover Intelligence. Both the Dark Angels and the Necrons are here looking for something, a weapon worth more than any amount of Gauss or Bolt Rifles. Orbital uplinks in the area contain the data that both teams are fighting for. The battle length will be 4 rounds with the potential to go to 6. Each player scores a VP for each objective marker their kill team controls at the end of the battle round. 1 VP is awarded for the marker closest to their deployment zone, 3 for the center, and 2 for the objectives near their opponent's deployment zone. We're ready to begin, and the Dark Angels have won the greatest strategic advantage. Alright, in the initiative phase, the Necrons rolling the black dice there, they are going to be up first, and the Necron leader, we're not going to roll a die here because he's only going to move 6 inches. He is going to play in advance to get on top of the objective and behind cover. The Necron Immortal is going to play in advance here as well, and he is moving on to the objective near his deployment zone. The Necron Comms Specialist will also play in advance here, rolling up a d6, adding that to his movement of 5 inches, and he's able to move 9, going up the ladder. The Necron Zealot is going to move up, getting into some cover. The Immortal is also going to do a standard move up, as well as the 2 Necron Warriors getting into cover. And that brings the Necron's movement to a close, and we go over to the Dark Angels. First up, an Intercessor is going to move, and he's going to get behind cover as well as get onto the objective. We're going to see another Intercessor move up beside him. The Intercessor on the right flank is going to play in advance, and he can move up to 11 inches rolling this 6. He gets onto the objective. The leader is going to take a ready token, and the comm specialists as well as the marksmen are going to play a move and get behind cover as well. And the Dark Angels movement phase is complete. We move into the shooting phase, and the Dark Angels leader is going to take a shot at the Immortal Zealot here. 2 shots coming from the Bolt Rifle, short range but obscured, so needing 5s. 1 hit goes through. He will need Force to Wound, Strength 4 against Toughness 4. And we're going to see a wound that goes through. The armor save at AP-1 is going to be failed, so an injury die is rolled out, and it's going to be a 6. That triggers reanimation protocols. He's going to still stand. The Immortal is then going to target the marksman with his Gauss Blaster, getting the scanner boost from comms. It is short range but obscured, rapid fire. We'll need 3s to hit here. 1 will go through, and then needing 3s to wound, it will do a wound. An armor save will be taken at AP-2, needs a 5, that fails, and he's going to take a wound. The marksman activates next, and he is going to target the Immortal Zealot with his Bolt Rifle, And playing careful aim here, he's going to need anything but ones to make this hit. 2 shots roll out, both will hit. The roll to wound needs 4s, strength 4, toughness 4. 2 wounds will go through. This is short range, there's no obscurity, so AP -1, the armor saves will be taken, needing 4s. 1 will fail, and there will be a command reroll here. It also fails, so an injury die is going to be rolled out here. It is a 4, and that Necron Immortal will be removed. The Necron Warrior is going to shoot rapid fire, short range, and obscured at the marksman. He's going to need 5s here with his Gauss Flare, and he's going to hit it with 2 6s. Both shots are going through. Strength 4, toughness 4, so 4s will be needed to wound. There's going to be 2 wounds that go through, and AP -1 will take that to a 4-up save. I've got some dice too, that's double 6s, all good there. The comm specialist for the Dark Angels will then shoot rapid fire at the Immortal out in the open, needing 3s here with his bolt rifle. He's going to get 2 hits, needing 4s to wound at strength 4, toughness 4. And both of those are going to be good. AP -1 is going to take him to a 4-up save. 1 is going to fail, so an injury die will be rolled out, and it looks like that Immortal will take a flesh wound. Next up, the Necron Warrior is going to shoot rapid fire, short range, and obscured again at the marksman. Gauss Flare shoots out, and it is going to get 1 hit, needing 5s. 4s to wound here, and that's going to fail. Back over to the Dark Angels. The Intercessor is going to shoot rapid fire at the Immortal out in the open. 2 bolt rifle shots go out, needing 3s. Only 1 hit will go through on this 6, and then the roll to wound, however, is unsuccessful. The next Intercessor is up and is essentially going to do the exact same thing. Bolt rifle shot's going to go out, 2 of them needing 3s. That'll be 2 hits, and then needs 4s to wound. That'll be 1 wound that goes through. Armor save will be taken at AP -1. Necron Mortal needs a 4 and passes. Turn 1 recap. Necrons win the initiative, push up the board. The Dark Angels, however, were able to take out the Immortal Zealot. Both factions are on the objectives that are closest to their deployment zone, earning them 2 victory points each, so the score is tied at 2. Initiative rolls hit the deck for turn 2, and it looks like the Necrons are going to be up again. The Immortal rolls up a 5 on his advance move, so he is going up the ladder to get the high ground, get some cover. And the rest of the Necrons are going to take ready tokens. Moving over to the Dark Angels, the Intercessor here is going to roll up a 4 on his advance, and he's moving upstairs. We're then going to see the leader play an advance as well, only moving 1 inch, but that's really all he needed. He's just moving over to the objective and getting behind cover. And 1 more advance from the Intercessor on the left flank. It is also a 1, so he's going to move around to the side. The rest of the Dark Angels will take ready tokens. And moving over to the shooting phase, the Necron Warrior is going to eye down the marksman. 2 shots with his Gauss Flare. It is short range but obscured, so needing 4s. A hit will go through. Needing 4s to wound, and it will wound. So at AP -1, a 4-up armor save is going to be taken, and that will be passed. The marksman's feeling some pressure, so he's going to target the Immortal with his bolt rifle. He's going to get the boost from the scanner and play his tactics card here, so needing anything but 1s to connect, and he gets to re-roll 1s if he did roll them, but he's going to get 2 hits here. Strength 4, toughness 4, will need 4s to wound, and both of these are going to miss, so unfortunate there. The Immortal is going to target him back with his Gauss Blaster, going through obscurities, so he will need 4s to connect. These double 6s will do just fine. Strength 5 against toughness 4, so he will need 3s to wound, and it looks like 1 of these will go through for a wound. AP -2s, this is going to take him to a 5-up save, and that save is going to fail, so an injury dice will be rolled out here. and needing a 4, actually a 5 up. That 1 is not going to do it. He's going to take a flesh wound. The Intercessor on the left is going to target the Necron Comm Specialist with his bolt rifle. Short range, but obscured, so he will need 4s to connect. 1 shot will go through, and it strength 4, toughness 4, so 4s to wound, and that is not going to wound. And back over for the Necrons, the Warriors. He is going to target the Marksman again, going through obscurity, so needing a 4 here. Rapid fire, short range, 1 hit will go through, 2 hits, and then needing 4s to wound. It looks like no wounds are going to go through here either. Unfortunate there. The Comm Specialist for the Dark Angels is then going to target the Necron Warrior up top again. He will need 4s to connect, but getting rapid fire, 1 hit will go through. And then he will need 4s to wound again. That is going to do a wound. AP -1, taking him to a 5 up save. And that save is going to be made. The Necron Warrior up top is then going to fire at the approaching Intercessor. And short range, obscured though, needing 4s, 1 hit goes through, needing 4s to wound, it fails, and then the Necron leader, the Immortal down on the bottom, will target the Dark Angel leader with his Gauss Blaster. It is obscured, so again, needing 4s to hit, and he misses both. And that brings us to the end of turn 2. So no casualties taken here, but the Dark Angels trying to weave around, get into better positions. The Necrons kind of holding the line. Nobody really going for that middle objective just yet. Both teams will score 2 points again, bringing our total to 4-4. Turn 3 getting ready to come up. Turn 3 rolls going out, and the Dark Angels are going to be up first. And the Intercessor will announce a charge into the Necron Comms Specialist. He will need an 8 here. Rolling up 2d6 for the charge, it is going to be a 7, so he's going to command re-roll this. Again, hoping to get an 8, and he is going to get into contact with a 9. Overwatch will take place from the Warrior. Both shots fail, and the Intercessor moves into contact. Next, the Intercessor on the left flank is just going to move up, getting behind cover. And the rest of the Dark Angels will take ready markers, preparing to fire at the Necron Warriors. Over for the Necrons, the Warrior is going to do an advance, and a good tactical move here is he's going to move to the middle of the board. He's going to get out of line of sight from the gun line, and only the leader for the Dark Angels will be able to draw line of sight to him. The Immortal here is going to also play a run. This is the leader, and he is moving around the left flank, also getting out of line of sight from the leader who took a ready token. And then we've got a run by this Warrior here. He is going to move over and occupy the objective, still giving the Necrons points and remaining out of line of sight. Over in the shooting phase, the Marksman eyes down the Immortal. He will need 3s to connect. 2 shots from the bolt rifle, short range, obscured, but he is getting the scanner bonus. And 1 hit will take place. He does get to re-roll this 1 due to Grim Resolve. That is a Dark Angel special rule. We've got a cock die here, so we're going to re-roll this one back out. So 1 hit goes through, and that will be 2 hits. So strength 4, toughness 4. That will be 4s to wound. 1 wound will go through, and the Necron Warrior is going to take a save, and on this 1 will fail, so an injury die will be rolled out here, and it is going to be a flesh wound. The Immortal is going to take a shot at the Intercessor that moved up the flank. He's going to play Gritted Teeth here with a command point, and that will give him 4s to hit here. He is obscured, short range, 2 shots going out. 1 will connect, and it will need 3s to wound. Strength 5 against toughness 4, no wound. The Intercessor Comm Specialist eyes down the Immortal with his bolt rifle, needing 4s to hit here due to obscurity. He's going to miss both of these shots. And then back over for the Necrons, the Immortal will target the Space Marine Intercessor that advanced up the flank. He will also need 4s here due to obscurity and will miss both of his shots. Then the Intercessor on the left here is going to take his bolt rifle shots back at the Immortal on the bottom. Again, needing 4s, both shots missed. We're seeing some really bad dice rolls here. And then the leader is going to take a shot at this Warrior that moved on to the center objective. And he needs 4s to hit with obscurity. He's going to land 2 hits with his bolt rifle here. And then needing 4s to wound at strength 4, toughness 4, he's going to get a wound to go through. Armor save will be taken from the warrior AP -1. He's going to fail on this one, and an injury die will be rolled out here as it reduces him to 0 wounds, but it triggers reanimation protocols. Then we're going to see a shot from the intercessor across the board to wind down the shooting phase. 2 shots from the bolt rifle. One is going to hit. He only needed 3s here. There was no obscurity. And then that will do a wound, and the Necron warrior needs a 5 at AP -1, and he loves it. He stays put. Then we're moving to the fight phase. The intercessor is going to shoot with his bolt pistol here. 2 shots going out, and he will need 3s. He connects with both. Needing 4s to wound at strength 4 versus toughness 4. We're going to see 2 wounds that go through, so there will be 2 armor saves that will be taken from the warrior here. 4-up saves will be needed, and both of those are going to fail, so we are going to roll out an injury die here. And the result is just a 2, so it's going to be a flesh wound. He is going to turn to swing back. He's going to get 1 attack. He does hit on 3s. He will make a hit, and then he will need 4s to wound, no wound. And that brings us to the end of turn 3. So the Necrons are going to take the lead here as they moved one of their warriors to the center objective. That will score 3 points for them. So the Necrons will score 5 points to the Dark Angels 2, taking a 3-point lead. So while the Necrons are losing the battle of attrition, they are playing the objectives at this point, and we're going into a very crucial turn 4 as the game could potentially be over. Nerf tests were all good, and we are getting ready for turn 4. Initiative rolls are going out now. We had a die roll off the table here, so my son's going to re-roll that one up, and the Necrons are up for turn 4. And in turn 4, the Immortal Leader is going to do a standard move, moving further up the flank, trying to make the Dark Angel Leader make a choice. The Necron Warrior is going to move up and occupy the objective. The Immortal is going to charge into the Intercessor in a charge that he can't fail. And then this Necron Warrior, he is going to back up a little bit, staying out of line of sight from the gun line. And then we are going to move over to the Dark Angels for their movement. We've got a charge that can't fail going into the Immortal here, occupying this objective. We're going to see a charge from the Marksman into the Necron Warrior. He needs an 8 here. He fails. There will be a command reroll on this, again, hoping to get an 8 going over the obstacle. And that's exactly what he gets. So he charges into contact. We do Overwatch on both of these. There were no hits. The Comm Specialist is going to play in advance, so he is also going to move within striking distance of the objective. And that's all for the Dark Angels movement. The other 2 will take ready tokens. In the shooting phase, the Dark Angels leader is going to target the Necron Warrior. He is obscured. Will need 4s to hit. He's going to sink 2 hits with his bolt rifle. Strength 4, toughness 4. Will need 4s to wound, and none of these are going to go through. That's unfortunate. The Immortal Leader for the Necrons is then going to target the leader of the Dark Angels. Just needing 3s here. Rapid fire, no obscurity, and he's going to sink 2 hits. Needs 3s to wound at strength 5, toughness 4. 1 wound will go through. Armor save will be taken at AP -2. This is going to be a 5-up. It fails, so he will take a wound. The warrior then fires at the leader as well with his Gauze Flare. He will need 4s due to obscurity, and he's going to land 1 hit, and then he will need 4s to wound, strength 4, toughness 4. That wound is going to go through. AP -1 will make this a 4-up save. It has failed. There will be a command reroll here by the Dark Angels player in the shooting phase, and it is going to fail again. So that's going to take him down to 0 wounds. An injury die will be rolled out, and it does need 5s here due to him being obscured, and it fails. A flesh wound being taken. Moving to the fight phase, the Necron Immortal will attack the Intercessor with his 1 swing. He does have a flesh wound. Normally needing 3s, so needing 4s, he's going to miss. Up underneath, Hammer of Wrath coming out from the Intercessor onto this Immortal on the objective. And all clean here. He just needs 3s, 2 swings going out. He will get 1 hit. Needing 4s to do a wound, he fails to wound. And then in the middle, Hammer of Wrath for the Intercessor against the Warrior, 2 swings. He does have a flesh wound, so he will need 4s to connect here. And he's going to get 2 hits that go through. And then again, needing 4s at strength 4, toughness 4. And it looks like he's going to get no wounds. That's unfortunate there. Next up onto the regular attacks, the Necron Warrior is going to get one shot at the Intercessor here, and he also has a flesh wound, so needing 4s, he is going to miss. And then the Intercessor is going to go ahead and fight back with his 2 swings, needing 3s. He's going to connect on both of these. And then needing 4s to wound, there's no wound. And then here in the middle, the Necron Warrior is going to get 1 swing, fighting back, needing 3s. He's going to connect on a hit here, needing 4s to wound. He's going to get a wound onto the Marksman, and armor save will be taken and failed, so an injury die being rolled out here potentially should have command re-rolled this. It is just a flesh wound. So that takes him to 2 flesh wounds, and up underneath on the objective, the Immortal will swing back at the Intercessor. He gets 1 shot, he is going to fail, and a command re-roll being used here, and he does need 3s to hit. He will get a hit, and then he will need 4s to do a wound. He will do a wound, armor save comes out, and it's good. Break and nerve tests are all good, and that brings us to the end of turn 4. The Dark Angels will control that middle objective, getting 5 points this turn. The Necrons only getting 1, so it looks like we're going to have a point swing back in the other direction. And the question is, do we go to a turn 5, or does the game end? And we are going to a turn 5. So looking forward to that. Initiative rolls coming right up. Initiative rolls hit the deck. The Necrons roll up an 11. That's 6 under the bridge there, and they will be up first. The 2 that are not in combat will take ready markers. That is the leader and the Necron Warrior. Over for the Dark Angels, the Comm Specialist will charge into the Necron Warrior at the center objective. And the other 2, the leader and the Intercessor, will take ready markers. In the shooting phase, the Necron leader will fire at the Dark Angels leader with his Gauss Blaster. 2 shots, short range, rapid fire, needing 3s. Both will go through and hit, and he will need 3s to wound. Strength 5, toughness 3. That's 2 wounds that go through. AP -2, 2 5-up saves are made. What a roll. The Sergeant then fires at the Necron Warrior, is obscured, so needing 4s here. 2 shots going out from the bolt rifle. 1 is going to go through, and needing 4s to wound. Strength 4, toughness 4. No wound here. That's unfortunate. Now the Necron Warrior is going to retaliate, fire back with his Gauss Flare. 2 shots going out, short range, but getting some obscured, and he will need 4s to hit. 1 hit will go through, needing 4s to wound, and that is going to wound. So armor save is going to be taken, AP -1, 4-up save required, and it is good. Next up, we are going to move into the fight phase, and the Hammer of Wrath here, the charge from the Intercessor. He's going to get 2 attacks, needing 3s to hit. Both are going to miss. The Necron Warrior is going to fight back here. Needs 3s to hit, and he will get a hit on this 6. Needs 4s to wound, and no wounds. He's going to command re-roll this, trying to get a wound to take out that Marksman and contest the objective, and it still fails. Combat continues on the objective between the Intercessor and the Immortal. 2 swings coming out from the Intercessor, and he's going to get 1 hit, needing 3s. He's going to roll these up again, needing 4s to wound, and he will get 1 wound. The Immortal's going to take a 3-up save and fail, so an injury die will be rolled out here, and it's going to be a 1. Going to command re-roll this, and still going to be a 1. The Necron Immortal fights next. He does have a flesh wound on him, so 1 swing going against the Intercessor, he will need 4s, and he is going to get a hit. He will need 4s again to do a wound, and he will get a wound on this 6. 3-up armor save taken by the Marine and fails, so an injury die will be rolled out here for him. And it is going to be a 3 that is just going to be a flesh wound. Next, the Intercessor swings back with his 2 swings, now has a flesh wound, so needs 4s. He's going to connect on both of these, and then he is only going to get 1 wound that goes through, needing 4s. Armor save taken by the Warrior and is good on a 6. The Necron Warrior will then swing back at him. 1 swing, he does have a flesh wound as well, needing 4s, and that is going to miss. Next up, the Intercessor Marksman is going to swing at the Necron Warrior. 2 swings, he has 2 flesh wounds, so needs 5s. 1 of these will go through, needs the standard 4 to wound, but fails. And then back underneath, the Immortal is going to swing back at the Intercessor on the flank as they contest this objective. 1 swing, and he is going to miss. And that is going to bring us to the end of turn 5. Big roll coming out to see if we go to a turn 6. We need a 4-up to do so, and the game ends. So it looks like the Dark Angels are going to score 5 points in turn 5 to the Necrons 1, bringing our score to 16-11 Dark Angels. So while the Necrons took an early lead at the end of turn 3, they did end up losing that middle objective due to the 2 intercessors being there against that 1 Necron warrior, and they only held their objective on the left flank as the one on the right was contested. So we had a lot of fun playing this game. There were probably a tremendous amount of errors that I'm going to try to go back through the battle report and catch, but just keep in mind that we still are learning Kill Team, and we're learning the rules, and we're learning how everything works and list and everything else. So we do want to incorporate more factions into this game. We have more factions to play, but really just trying to focus on the basics right now. And if you have any feedback that could help us improve our battle reports and help us improve on our grip of the rules, ultimately I'm responsible for helping teach my son, to play this game. So I would certainly appreciate that, your feedback in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.